Close. LHP Konnor Pilkington will be Mississippi State's Monday night starter against North Carolina in the second game of the College World Series. Mackenzie. Salmon, Mississippi. Clarion LedgerOMAHA. NAB. As a whole, this season has to have been frustrating for Mississippi State ace Konnor Pilkington. After winning in 8 of his 17 starts and pitching his way to a 3.08 ERA as a sophomore last season, the big left-hander struggled to a 2-6 record and a 4.56 ERA in 17 starts this year. The last month has been particularly tough. The Bulldogs have faced some of the nation's best teams over that stretch, but Pilkington has given up 26 earned runs in 28.2 innings over 6 starts since the end of April, but when Pilkington has his best stuff, he's nearly unhittable. He can hit the mid-90s with his fastball, and works in a solid changeup and a curveball to keep opposing hitters off balance. It's why the Chicago White Sox took him in the 3rd round with the 81st overall pick earlier this month. What to know about MSU's next opponent? The North Carolina Tar Heels has gone at least 7 innings and given up 3 or fewer earned runs 5 times this year, and 3 of those starts came against teams that made the NCAA tournament. He hasn't had a start like that in more than a month, but if he can summon that kind of performance, there's no better stage than Monday's 6 p.m. winners bracket game against North Carolina here at the College World Series. The question going into Saturday was whether Mississippi State starter Ethan Small could hold the potent Washington offense at bay while the Bulldog lineup went to work against Washington's ace Joe Demers. Small delivered an emphatic yes, and now it's Pilkington's turn. More 3 things to note from MSU's 1-0 win over Washington. Bulldogs 38-27 practiced Sunday morning at Creighton University, and as the Moss Point native fielded questions from reporters, Pilkington appeared about as cool and collected as Small did in the Bulldogs' 1-0 win over Washington Saturday night. Yeah, Ethan going 7 scoreless innings is a tough act to follow, Pilkington said. I just want to go out there and compete like he did. It's a concept that's new for Pilkington, who opened the Nashville Super Regional on the mound. MSU coach Gary Henderson decided to switch things up for this World Series, and Pilkington said that didn't bother him a bit. He said, "You're starting here and you're starting there, and I hope you don't have a problem with it," Pilkington said. "Yeah, I don't. I knew Ethan was going to go out there and give us an outstanding effort, and when I get my opportunity, I'm going to take advantage of it." The key for Pilkington, Henderson said, is throwing strikes early in the count. When he does that, it allows him to dictate the pace on the back end of at-bats. Mississippi State head coach Gary Henderson confers with pitcher Konnor Pilkington, 48, at the NCAA Super Regional Saturday, June 9, 2018, at Hawkins Field in Nashville, Tennessee. Photo, George Walker IV, Tennessean.co. When Konnor's pitching well, he's doing the basics at a really high level, Henderson said. He has the ability to move back and forth on the plate at a high level. When he can get the secondary stuff going after pounding the strike zone with the fastball early in the count, it puts him in a position of leverage, and that's a good position to be in. Whether he's able to do that against North Carolina, 44-18, will go a long way in determining whether the Bulldogs stay in the winners bracket with a 3-day layoff or have to try to play their way out of the losers bracket with an extra game Wednesday. He'll face a Tar Heel lineup that ran out 6 right-handers and 3 lefties and tagged Oregon State starter and Pac-12 Player of the Year Luke Heimlich for 6 runs in 2 1/3 innings in the early game Saturday. If Pilkington can get off to a solid start, he can set the tone for the rest of the team. "You play more relaxed," left fielder Roddy Jordan said. "We know we're going to get a good start out of Konnor. You know we're going to hit well and play well, and you just play more loose and relaxed. One thing's for sure, Pilkington will compete. He's only thrown fewer than 84 pitches in 2 starts this year, and he's thrown over 107. If he can hand a lead, or a tie game, to the bullpen in the 7th inning or later, it will do wonders for the Bulldogs' confidence. Winning the last 3 innings is one of our mindsets," Jordan said. "Especially last night in his 0-0 game, after a great pitching performance. We just happened to win the last one, and that was enough.